Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? We are back with another episode of the Trippin Podcast. I am your host back again. Just call me Twin. The NBA is back. The NBA is back in the groove, man. Y'all know I'm an NBA fan, so this is a very exciting time for me for the NBA to be back. I don't know who I'm taking as the champions this year, but we gonna get into it though. We got Daryl Morey running his mouth too much. Zion hurt. I know everybody was looking forward to him playing yesterday and everything in the season opener. Obviously, he didn't do that. So here we are. Let's get into it, man. Like I said, Daryl Morey. I don't know what he was thinking with the comments that he made, to be honest. I really don't know why he thought what he said was a good idea. Like, you got to think, being a general manager for an organization, especially the Houston Rockets organization, they have had a relationship with China for years now because of Yao Ming and everything. And to go to that extent and say something that really has nothing to do with you, I understand what he was trying to do, but I mean, I think LeBron said it too. It's like, you have to think about the timing in which you say stuff. Like, if he was going to make a comment like that, probably could have waited a little bit. It just made no sense for him to, one, really make that comment, but to two, make that comment at the time that he made it. Like, what made you randomly want to tweet and say that you stand with China and all their protests that they're doing and everything? Like, they're not America. Adam Silver came out like last week and said that the NBA lost a bunch of money just from what Daryl Morey said how, I guess, some like people in the Chinese government were pleading with him that he should fire Daryl Morey and everything. Chinese government was saying that they never said that, a bunch of things, whatever, going back and forth. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you gotta think something like that through. I'm surprised he didn't have PR people in his corner, or whoever runs. If it's not him that runs, I mean, it might be him that runs his Twitter now that we see that something like that came out. But it's like, man, like, he gotta have some PR people that should have told him, hey, don't say that, or don't say that right now, because like, he really lost the NBA. Like, I don't know the population in China, but a lot of people in China watch basketball. A lot of people in China enjoy LeBron and all the top players in the league and everything. China has the second best league outside of the NBA. Like, China's number 2. So it's like, why would you think that a comment's like that okay? And then to be sending a team like the Houston Rockets over there, who's basically almost an advocate for China and Chinese players. I mean, they've had, Jeremy Lin had a couple of stints with the Rockets and everything. It's just like, I mean, it just wasn't smart. It just wasn't smart, man. But like I said, Daryl Morey got to do better. But at the end of the day, that is what it is with that situation. That has came and gone. On to Zion. Zion, man. I was talking to my brother about this, and we were saying this before he even got drafted, that 82 games is going to be a long time for a 6'6", 280-pound player to be playing. And playing the way that he plays. I think somebody made the comparison last week, and they were talking about how Derrick Rose kind of makes the same cuts with the same explosion as Zion does. And that's the truth to me. It is a pretty good comparison, because Derrick Rose, early on in his career, before all the injuries, Derrick Rose was a player that was super duper explosive, made hard cuts all the time and everything. The difference is Derrick Rose is like 6'3", like 200. Zion 6'6", 280. I just don't think it's sustainable for 82 games. I mean, I don't know if y'all seen it, but Zion strained his meniscus. And when that happened, Nike immediately told him, like, bro, you got to lose weight. And that's what it comes down to. It's going to be really hard for him to stay durable if he stays or even get, because I mean he lives in New Orleans, so I could see Zion gaining some weight. So even if he were to maintain that weight, gain that weight, it's going to be difficult for him to play in 82 games or load manage him and play 70. Like, it's still going to be a difficult task for him to be able to do that and be able to do it at a high level, I think. I mean, he's already had knee issues really since the time that he got drafted. Well, since he blew his shoe out in Duke, really. He's had knee issues in both knees. So, I mean, it's hard to say where it's going to go from here. I mean, I hope the best for the kid, but I just think he's going to have to drop some weight, man. He really going to have to drop some weight and just get healthier for his own sake if he's going to last in the league. Because 82 games ain't no joke. Obviously, if they're planning on going to the playoffs, he could end up playing up to 100. So it's like, hey, I don't know if you're going to be able to last in a 6'6", 280-pound body if you're going to be playing 100 games a year. It's just, it's a bad situation. But anyhow, let's get to some predictions, man. Like I said, I don't know who I'm going to pick as my champions yet. I got to see, what everybody looking like. Obviously, the Lakers and the Clippers played last night and everything. So that's what everybody is going to say. They're going to say that it's going to be the Lakers and the Clippers in the Western Conference, but the Eastern Conference is probably going to be the Sixers and the Bucks. I'd say I'm not ready to pick a champion yet, though, man. We have to see really how everybody meshes together. Everybody has a bunch of different players this year. The Lakers have a completely new roster. They look good in preseason, but they have a completely new roster. The Clippers, they got two of the best players in the league added on to really what their roster was last year. So that's pretty crazy to see. Portland did some things. The Nets obviously did a lot. I mean, KD's not playing this year. Shout out to Brooklyn. But I don't know. I don't know who I want to say is the champion is going to be, but I will tell y'all who I think is going to make the playoffs. Let me get into it. Let me see here. Let's start off with the Western Conference. Now, let's do East. I'm going to start off with the East because the East is probably a lot easier. All right, so easily you're going to have the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Sixers will probably be, I think they might be the top 3 seeds. I think. The Celtics picked up Kemba, which I personally think is an upgrade from Kyrie based on the way their roster is constructed. Kemba's more of a mild-mannered player than Kyrie was. He's a less unselfish player than Kyrie was. And Kyrie's not really a selfish player, but he shoots the ball more. He takes less efficient shots than what Kemba Walker takes. Boston will probably be like the 3 seed. The Bucks and the Sixers will probably be 1, 2. I'd say the Bucks would be 1. They won like 65 games, I think, last year or something like that. So, yeah, I'm going to say the Bucks would be the 1 seed. The Sixers would probably pull out the 2 seed just because of how big they are. I think their roster construction is extremely weird to have Joel Embiid, Al Horford, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, and Ben Simmons. That's probably their starting lineup. That's a really big lineup. Like, Josh Richardson's the shortest one, and he's like 6'5". Everybody else is like 6'10" and above, which is crazy. But that's why I say size alone, they'll probably end up being a 2 seed, especially in the East. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's yet to be seen if Philadelphia is about anything, but, we'll see how it goes. So that's the top 3, I'd say. What we got here? Miami picked up Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero been going off in preseason, so I'd say they probably going to be up there. I like the Pacers. I like what they did in the offseason. They picked up Malcolm Brogdon and who they get? T.J. Warren, Jeremy Lamb. Picked up some pieces. I don't know when Vic comes back, but they still got Sabonis too. I don't know when Vic come back, but I think they'll be okay until he comes back. Hopefully he's able to get them over the hump, but I could definitely see them making the playoffs again with them playing in the East. It shouldn't be that difficult. And they were like the 4 or 5 seed last year with Vic hurt the whole season. So, I mean, hey, I'm rooting for the Pacers. That's almost like my hometown team because they're not too far away from me. Indiana and Cleveland, I guess. I definitely ain't rooting for Cleveland. All right, so yeah, Indiana, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, the Sixers, the Nets. Yeah, they're gonna be there to me. They might be able to sneak into the top 4 and get home court advantage, I think. Even with KD not playing, they made some good roster moves, man. They got Kyrie, obviously, and KD. KD is not going to play this year because he tore his Achilles. But they also picked up DeAndre Jordan. They grabbed Wilson Chandler, who's suspended for the first few games or 20 games, something like that, which isn't a big deal in the NBA because you play 82. Picked up Wilson Chandler, picked up Taurean Prince. Still got Spencer Dinwiddie. Still got Caruso. Still got Jared Allen. I mean, their roster is pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. They got a pretty decent roster, man. So, hey, Brooklyn might slide in the top 4 seed and end up with home court advantage, and that'll be a crazy environment to see a Brooklyn home game in the playoffs, man. They was already they played home games last year against the Sixers and everything, got bounced early in 7. But to have home court advantage, hey, Brooklyn might be a force to be reckoned with. I don't see them coming out the East though, so I don't think it's gonna happen. How many is that? The Nets, Pacers, Sixers, Heat, Celtics, Bucks. That's 6. So we got 2 more. All right, 2 more, but I'll give y'all 3 teams. The Raptors, the Magic, and the Bulls. People sleeping on the Bulls, man. I ain't gonna lie. My rookie of the year is probably Kobe White. That might be surprising to some people. I don't think Zion's going to get rookie of the year, not even because of the knee issues or nothing like that. He's going to be utilized. I think Zion might average 12 to 15, maybe. He might average 12 to 15, 8 boards or something like that, 3 assists, whatever. But I think Kobe White might snap, man. He's 6'5", legitimate 6'5", point guard. Can shoot the ball. He's been going off this preseason too. And the thing is, the ball gonna be in his hands a lot. I don't think the Bulls really like Chris Dunn like that. So he's a young guy. I think he fits well with Zach LaVine too and Wendell Carter. And I think he's gonna get a lot of minutes. And like I said, if they slide into the playoffs, Kobe White might get rookie of the year. I can see Kobe White averaging 17, 18 a game and 6 assists. Like I said, he got Zach, running the wing with him. He got Wendell down low with him. Their team isn't very good. But I think he's going to play hard. So I could definitely see him getting rookie of the year. That's probably, I'd say Kobe is my pick for rookie of the year outside of Cam Reddish. Cam just don't play hard enough for me. And he also going to be playing with the Hawks, and Trae Young probably going to try to take over this year. So Cam going to be standing in the corner a lot. I think Cam's a great player, but I think he got to get that knack, that edge to him where it's just he actually want to play basketball. It's just something about him that just seemed like he just be I'm with whatever, almost. So the Bulls, the Magic, and the Raptors are going to be 7, 8, and 9. The Bulls will probably be fighting for that 8 spot. They'll probably be fighting for that 8 spot against the Magic, I'd say. The Raptors probably going to slide in at 7. With their roster as presently constructed. I think they're going to make some trades, though. I can see Kyle Lowry getting out of there. Marc Gasol plays with them as well. I can see him getting traded, too. So their roster might look completely different by the end of the year. And Masai Ujiri, their GM, he always making moves. You see how he did with Kawhi. He picked up Kawhi, got that ring, and he slid out. So it is what it is. But I can see Masai Ujiri definitely making some moves to get maybe a superstar, mid-level guy there. Something's going to happen. I could definitely see something happening with their roster. So I think they'll be the 7, and then the 8-9 matchup, or not the matchup, but the 8-9 playoff spot rivalry, whatever you want to call it, will be between the Bulls and the Magic. I want to say the Magic will beat them out just because I feel like a lot of the players that they have mesh better than what the Bulls have. So we'll say the Magic get the 8 spot. So yeah, my teams, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Heat, the Sixers, Pacers, Nets, Raptors, Magic. That is what I have for the Eastern Conference. Let's go over to the West. As y'all saw, if you're an NBA fan, I hope you watched the Lakers and the Clippers game last night. That's probably what it's going to come down to at the end of the day. But I don't think either of those teams will be the top seed. Well, maybe. the Clippers might be the top seed. I think it's going to take a little bit longer for the Lakers to mesh with each other. So I don't think they'll be the top seed. I think they will probably be like a 3. But I got the top seed either going to be the Clippers or the Nuggets. The Nuggets surprised people, man. But, I mean, last year I think they was a 2 behind the Warriors, and the Warriors are definitely not going to be the 1 seed again. So, I mean, the Nuggets might take that spot, man. The Nuggets didn't do anything with their roster but upgraded. Like, they added Jeremy Grant, Michael Porter coming back this year, and I think he's going to be a good guy. I don't know. He might be in the running for Rookie of the Year because he's technically still a rookie. He hasn't played yet, so, he might get it over Kobe White. We'll see. But, they just got a lot of solid players. Jokic is their superstar. Obviously, Jamal Murray is a decent player. They got so many guys that just mesh well together. I can see them making a trade too, though. But we'll see what happens. I can see Denver being the 1-2 seed with the Clippers. Interchange that however you want to. Nuggets, Clippers. One of them would be the 1 and 2 seed. So Nuggets, Clippers, Lakers. Obviously, Brian, AD, Avery Bradley, Danny Green, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, had DeMarcus Cousins, but don't have him no more. Replace him with Dwight Howard, who's actually been playing good this preseason. I think it's going to be a good addition for them. JaVale McGee, that guy, he's hilarious, faking like he got a leg injury so he can get a dunk off and everything. That's JaVale being JaVale. But yeah, that roster filled out real nice. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Lakers probably end up being a 3 seed. Bron might be MVP. That's not my MVP choice. We'll get to that later, though. So, yeah, we got Nuggets. We got Clippers. We got the Lakers. Let's go to Portland. Yeah, Portland made some good moves, I think. Portland picked up what they traded for, Hassan Whiteside. He didn't play that well with the Heat last year, but I think he's going to be a good body for them while, Yusuf Nurkic? Yeah, while Nurkic recovers from his ACL, I think it was. Whatever it was, he had a leg injury. So while he recovers from his leg injury, I think Hassan Whiteside will definitely be a good placement for him. He plays defense. Hopefully Dame and CJ can light a fire under him. He'll be playing for a playoff team, obviously, so maybe that'll help his mentality because a couple of years ago when Hassan was playing for the Heat, that dude was going crazy. But these last couple of seasons, like ever since he got that money, he like tweeted that meme where he was by himself after D-Wade left. He's been terrible. So we'll see what happens with them. But yeah, they picked up Hassan. They picked up Kent Bazemore. They re-signed Rodney Hood. Still got Dame and CJ. Got a great coach. Yeah, I think that'll be my top 4. Nuggets, Lakers, Clippers, Portland. Yeah, I like how that look. I'm going to go with that. That'll be my top 4. Bottom 4. Not bottom 4. They'll still be in the playoffs. But the Rockets. Hey, Russell and James, I think it's going to be a little weird. Their games are obviously different. They played together before, but they was like teenagers when they did that. So it's going to be a little different. But James will probably still average like 30. Russ going to be shooting a lot of threes this year. 7 seconds or less. Mike D'Antoni been like that for a while now. But the crazy thing is I think Russ will still be able to average a triple-double. Like I said, 7 seconds or less, it's going to be the opportunity there for him to get a bunch of rebounds. They're fast break team. Gerald Green probably out for the season and everything, and that's one of their wing guys that was shooting the ball a lot. Eric Gordon's still there, but they don't have a lot to me, really. I think they might have to make a trade, too. I really, honestly, wouldn't be surprised if Russ and James aren't working out. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not going to deal James. So I wouldn't be surprised if Russell ended up getting dealt again. That's just me. I wouldn't be surprised if they got through, if they got to, right before the All-Star break, the trade deadline's coming up and everything, and they're sub 500 or they're 500 and they're, looking at, a 7 or 8 seed in the West, I wouldn't be surprised if they looked at the market for Russell Westbrook. But that's just me. Rockets, yeah, so we got Rockets, probably be the 5. The Warriors, I guess. maybe. I'm not confident in the Warriors right now, to be honest. They don't have a lot of size. They just waived is it Alfonso or Alonzo? I think it's Alfonso McKinney. They just waived him because they picked up they wanted to sign Marquise Chris, who's a bigger guy. He's not that big, but he's bigger than Alfonso McKinney. So they waived him. And they have Scottie Pippen's nephew. They have Kevon Looney still. They don't have a lot of big bodies. Draymond's not big. He's 6'6". Outside of that, they have D'Lo. They got Steph. Clay not coming back for a while. KD gone. Iggy's gone. Sean Livingston is gone. I mean, this might be the craziest turnover I've ever seen for a team that was like impact players, because it's like everybody that they had last year that got them to the finals is like either not there or not playing. So, I mean, I guess we can go with the Warriors. Maybe. We'll see. I might change that pick. But yeah, Houston Warriors, Jazz. You talk Jazz, man. They had a great offseason. Like they did a lot of quiet things, but I know who these players are. So they picked up Bogdanovich from the Pacers, and they also got Mike Conley from Memphis, which is a great pickup to go with Donovan Mitchell. They lost Derek Favors, which I mean isn't a huge deal. But I think they're gonna be good though, man. Like last year they won 55 games, I think. So hey, I could see the Jazz winning like 60 games. They could go 60-22. I could definitely see that happening. Like Mike Conley's a solid system guard. He'll definitely teach Donovan Mitchell a lot. Rudy Gobert, the Defensive Player of the Year, still back there. Hard to get past that guy, get anything on him. Like I said, they picked up Bogdanovich. Hey, they might be able to sneak into the top four. I'm saying they're going to win 60 games. Like 60 games being a 5 or 6 seed is not realistic. So they might sneak in the top four. We'll have to see. So we got We got Lakers, we got Clippers, we got Nuggets, we got Blazers, we got Houston, we got a possible Warriors, we got the Jazz. So I only get one more. Ooh, Spurs or the Mavericks. Wow. The Spurs maybe. I mean, it's Pop. I like Dejounte Murray. He coming off an injury, the ACL injury. They still got DeMar DeRozan. Still got LaMarcus Aldridge. Still got Patty Mills. I mean, Marcus Morris was supposed to sign with them, so they traded with Davis Bertans, but then Marcus backed out and went to the Knicks. So, I mean, hey, it's the Spurs, man. Pop does what he does, so I could definitely see them sneaking in at that 7 or 8 seed, man. I mean, the Mavericks, too, really. They got KP from the Knicks. They got Luka, but they don't have much else really outside of that. But, I mean, really with them two, if they mesh well, they could definitely make the playoffs, man. They could slide into that 7 or 8 seed. Man, you know what? The Warriors not going to make the playoffs. I say it. The Warriors not going to make the playoffs, man. They'll probably be the 9, but they're not going to make it. The Mavericks and the Spurs will be 7, 8. Jazz will probably be like 5 or 6. I said the Blazers would be, I guess the Blazers would be like a 4 or 5. Houston would be like a 5 or a 6. Then the Lakers, Clippers, and Nuggets will round out the top 3. So, yeah, that's that on that. I don't think the Warriors is gonna make it, man. I think they might be like a couple of games out and end up on the outside looking in, but I don't think they're gonna make it. There's just too much they don't have. If they make some trades, obviously, you know. We're saying this based on what people's current rosters are. So the Warriors end up being the 9 seed. I don't see them making it, unfortunately, because they're fun to watch. I mean, D'Lo's my guy, but I don't see them making it, man. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. But aside from that, let's go to MVP. MVP, man, MVP race. My top 3 for MVP this year will probably be LeBron, James Harden, and Giannis. My sleeper is Steph. And that's just because he got like Steph gotta average 35. If they make the playoffs and Steph averages like 35, he'll probably get MVP again. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but if they slide into like a 7 or 8 seed, really if they slide in there at all and Steph average like 35 and like 6 or 7 assists, Steph might get MVP again. He was the first one to get unanimous MVP. But hey, if they're able to slide into the playoffs and Steph averaging like 30, 35 points a game, yeah, you might see him hoist the MVP trophy at the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised. But aside from him, he's my sleeper pick. But aside from him, you got Bron, you got James, you got Giannis. Giannis went crazy last year, but Giannis got to get a shot. So if Giannis come out pulling threes this year, if Giannis shoot, we'll just say if he shoot 33, 35% from the three-point line, he going to be a problem, man. He already a problem. So if he start hitting the three, hey, it's a done deal. And I mean, their roster is nice. Eric Bledsoe been having a hard time the past few years and everything. But nonetheless, they did lose Malcolm Brogdon, but they still have a good team. They still got Brook Lopez, who be chucking threes now. That dude will be firing threes. But their team is still a solid team. They got solid coaching. Like, they just look really solid. I mean, at one point, people were talking about how they might end up with Chris Paul for Eric Bledsoe, which would, that would definitely help his MVP case, Giannis's MVP case and everything, because he'll have another guard to run with him too. But Giannis is gonna be the dude ain't really even in his prime yet. So hey, I can see him getting MVP. I can see James getting MVP. Like I said, they don't have a lot either, like outside of him and Russ. And if him and Russ don't work out, James is going to start pulling how he was last year. And last year, James averaged like 36, I think, or something like that. So you averaging 40 a game, like, you got to be in the MVP conversation. Then there's LeBron James. LeBron James is LeBron James. They're going to make the playoffs. He's going to be back in the playoffs this year. But last year, people were saying Bron had an off year, and he averaged like 27, 8, and 8. Like, that's not normal. It's normal for him, but Bron can be in the MVP conversation every year. They just be getting tired of giving him the award. So it is what it is. Bron always going to be in the MVP conversation, so he's going to be there. I say at the end of the day, who's going to take it? I say Giannis is going to get it again. He's going to be back-to-back MVP. We'll see. I'm not really that confident in it, but Bron, nah. James, nah. Steph and them not going to make the playoffs, so nah. Yeah. Giannis going to be my MVP. He's going to be back-to-back MVP. My rookie of the year, like I said, Kobe White. Kobe White, point guard for the Bulls. I can see him pulling out rookie of the year. If not him, I said Michael Porter Jr. I like Michael Porter's game. He nice. He can shoot the ball. He can dribble. He can dunk. He bouncy. He athletic. He playing for a playoff team. So he going to get minutes. So, hey. He might get Rookie of the Year, but my Rookie of the Year is Kobe White, runner-up, Michael Porter Jr. I like the underdogs, whatever. Speaking of underdogs, Sixth Man of the Year. I don't think it's going to be Lou. The same thing with Lou as it is with Bron. Lou is always in the conversation for Sixth Man of the Year. It's same thing it was with Jamal Crawford, which, he should be getting wrecked in the league right now, but for some odd reason, he's not. Whatever, but I don't think they're gonna give it to Lou because it's almost like they get tired of giving it to him, like how it is with Bron. So I honestly think they're not gonna make the playoffs, but I root for him, so I can see D Rose getting Sixth Man of the Year. He might be the first person to, if he does it, he might be the first person to ever be Sixth Man and MVP. So, I don't think Detroit will make the playoffs. Their team is just weird. I think they might trade Blake Griffin, to be honest, too. But Derrick Rose coming off the bench behind Reggie Jackson. So, hey, I can see, and he played solid last year for, who was he playing for? Timberwolves? He dropped like 50 last year. So, hey, I can see D Rose pulling out that Sixth Man of the Year award. If Derrick Rose averaged 15 to 20 a game, even if he's not necessarily the best six man, I can see him giving it to him because they tired of giving it to Lou. And Lou gon' Lou. Like, Lou gonna do what Lou do. But, I mean, I can see Derrick Rose grabbing that. Defensive Player of the Year, unless it's a sleeper out there that I don't know of, I think Rudy Gobert probably just gonna repeat. I honestly, if he plays well, I wouldn't mind seeing Dwight Howard get Defensive Player of the Year. A lot of people don't root for Dwight, but Dwight's still good. He can still block shots. I don't care about him on the offensive end for real, but like Dwight could potentially average like 2 to 3 blocks a game. So, I mean, and he could end up starting. I mean, him and JaVale probably going to swap out here and there or whatever, but I could definitely see Dwight Howard starting some games, and if he starts playing really, really well, hey, you never know. He could probably not lead them to the playoffs. He got freaking Anthony Davis and LeBron on his team, but I could definitely see Dwight Howard getting Defensive Player of the Year. So, we got Defensive Player of the Year, we got Rookie of the Year, we got MVP. 6 man, I don't really care about Coach of the Year. They just get it to the team that got the most wins. So, Doc Rivers, Frank Vogel, Mike Budenholzer, one of them will get Coach of the Year. I gave y'all my teams that would be in the playoffs. So for the finals I can see it being Bucks. Well, Eastern Conference Finals, I can see it being Bucks Sixers. I think the Bucks will pull that out. I can see Bucks Sixers, or surprisingly, I can see Bucks Nets. Maybe I'm just rooting for the Nets too hard because I got on a Brooklyn jersey. I don't know, whatever. But I can see Bucks Nets or Bucks Sixers. But either way, I see the Bucks coming out of there. I think it'll end up being Bucks and one of the LA teams. I'm gonna say the Clippers. I just think they mesh better than what the Lakers have. The Lakers got a great team. They got some shooters this year. Last year, I thought when they picked up LeBron, they were going to grab just a bunch of guys that could shoot the ball. But this year, they actually did that. Last year, it was like they picked up random people. Like, they started picking up, like, Lance Stevenson and Rondo and all these people that don't shoot like that. But, I mean, this year they got Danny Green. I think they picked up Jared Dudley. I mean, he ain't really worth much else, but he can shoot. Like, he can shoot, and he's a good mentor. He does his job. Anthony Davis can shoot the ball. Bron's shooting percentage getting better. They picked up Quinn Cook. Quinn Cook can shoot the ball too. I don't know if he's gonna get a lot of playing time, but we'll see. So it'd be one of the LA teams, but I'm gonna say it's the Clippers. I think the Clippers are gonna get the Bucks in the finals. I think the Clippers gonna pull it out. I think Kawhi gonna get a MVP, Finals MVP again. And that's going to be history, too, because that means Kawhi will have been MVP, Finals MVP for 3 different teams and won a ring with 3 different teams as, like, the best player. And that's crazy. Anybody did that before. But we'll see if my picks come to fruition in general, all of them. So, I'm about to go ahead and get out of here on y'all. This is episode 4 of the Trippin Podcast. I am your host. Just call me Twin, and the NBA is back. Like I said, I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. I got basketball to watch, man. So, we'll do this again sometime. Come back for episode 5. We out of here. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.